What is up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. Or if you are new here, I am super glad that you found it. Here I do honest first-time reactions to mostly classics. So if that's your thing, make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and drop a comment with what I should check out next. Alright? Let's see what this one's all about.
Day to shine a morning light, make us realize our night is over. When you walk away from me, there is no place to put my hand except to shade my eyes against the sun that rises over the land. I watch you walk away somehow, I have to let you go, 'cause it's over. If you knew just how I really feel, you might return it yet. There are so many times that people have to love and then forget. Oh, there might have been a way somehow. I have to force myself to say it's over. So I turn my back, turn my collar to the wind, move along in silence, trying not to think at all. I send my feet before me, walk the silent street before me. Now it's over. Time were not a moving thing, I could make it stay. This hour of love we share would always be no coming day to shine a morning light, make us realize our night is over. It's over.
Wow, nearing the end there, it almost sounds like an opera piece.
Yeah.
That's sort of the high note, oh, was super nice.
Yeah, his vocal presence at the end. The craziest thing about, I know this is going to be kind of off the beaten path, but I've lived inside the clubs and venues because I've toured my whole life. Like, honestly, I've toured more of my life than I haven't. Like this last, let's say 7 years of my life is the only time I haven't been touring consistently, you know? So all I was getting at is there's these moments at the end of the night, the DJ in the club or the last person in the venue, they're playing music to get people to go. It's last call for alcohol. This is the perfect song. It's over
For the final round.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Like, and
It's-
I wonder if he ended his show like this, or do you end it with your biggest hit? But when you have something so prominent saying it's over, I just thought that was interesting.
I mean, seeing how much, because he was sweating, you know, because it's warm, of course, there, but he was like really sweating. So judging on that, I think it might be, you know, during or close to the end of like the whole concert, right? Because he was really, you know, his stamina was, but still, even though, you know, this might not be the end, but even if it is, you can still feel the power as if the show just began, right?
Yeah.
And that's the magic of Elvis, like during his prime specifically. It's just something that we haven't seen return, if I'm, in my opinion, like like who is the new Elvis right now? You know what I'm saying?
I think with the whole Elvis thing, there was some type of allure that the baton was kind of passed to Michael Jackson. I think there was that type of allure, you know.
Yeah,
but
I can see that.
There's this emotional thing, like he evokes emotion the way he opens up and sings Elvis, you know. So I don't know. I'm trying to think. There's so many different characters in the space for music that were like iconic stars, but Elvis was his own thing, and there's a lot of controversy behind Elvis. You know anything about
I've heard about like his mansion or whatever, and the parties there, and like this I don't know if it's like a legend almost, or if it's like a real thing that you cannot go upstairs there.
Oh, I didn't even know about that. I was talking about more about the music side.
The music side. Okay.
He was influenced heavily by, I believe, a few black artists in particular, And, there's this argument. Some people be like, yo, he stole this from them. And then some people say he was influenced and put his own pizzazz on it. Yeah. I'm more in the box like he was influenced and he brought his own thing to it. I've watched a bunch of Elvis interviews, a bunch of performances.
Right.
And I just know when people have that it factor, and he had beyond that. But there's still a little deep diving to do. But, I noticed in my reactions, that is the commonality I see when I do Elvis and Led Zeppelin. Because I don't know if you know about Led Zeppelin. I'm not saying this happened or not, but it has been said that there had been a couple times where they utilized ideas or music from blues artists, and those blues artists may or may not have gotten the credit that they were supposed to. So there's these little things, and I only see that like the comments will start going crazy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So these are things that get discussed. But Elvis is crazy, bro. I've seen some bananas.
I remember the first time because I was talking about I wanna react with you to some Elvis. Mm-hmm. You asked immediately, did you do Jailhouse Rock? So I never did Jailhouse Rock because I knew that as a kid, I talk about my dad a lot because he introduced me also to Elvis and Jailhouse Rock and all that. Because my dad is a blues guitarist, he's in a band also.
Oh, nice.
And he wants to teach me like, this is where blues came from. This is where rock and roll like really popped off and all that. And then he showed me like some real OGs, including like Led Zeppelin, the Zepp.
Yep.
So this for sure, Elvis is just that. But that's what I still stand by. Like I don't see in this age. I don't think we have an Elvis, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I think Elvis and people like Elvises like Michael Jackson and all that. It's a dying breed, man. And I'm so sad to see that. I just wish for one day to have a modern Elvis like pop out of nowhere, and we can all be like super inspired, because that age of music feels like it's kind of dwindling down, and especially with AI, especially with all the easier ways to create music. We talked about this, like when you were young, you had to go to the record store and buy it. I could just go to Spotify and play whatever, and I could done that, back in the day with LimeWire and all that. So
the accessibility of music and then the manufacturing of music to cater to audiences that buy is somewhat the downfall of music. But there was something captured in the 60s and 70s very particularly. There's stuff in the 50s and the 80s and 90s and 2000s as well, but something that that's why I can't pinpoint it totally yet, but I'll get there. There's just something very unique about that time period. Maybe it was because of the Vietnam War. Maybe it was because of a bunch of things, but there was something heavy and just delightful at the same time. And there's a moment there. So yeah. We'll see. You can't ever replace Elvis, but we'll see if someone, can kind of.
Yeah, what I mean is, of course, nobody can,
It's like no one can be Jordan, but we have LeBron James.
Of course, like Elvis is sadly, he's gone,
Yeah.
But what I mean with the new Elvis, and I think everybody knows, but just to clarify, one who inspires, one who brings some new to the table, one who has the voice of a generation, like whatever, like Kurt Cobain, all those people. I just wanted to see a new one, the next Michael Jackson, the next Kurt Cobain. You know what I'm saying? Like that. We have so many manufactured artists right now that some of that authentic feeling that you get from Elvis, that you get from Led Zeppelin and all those bands, is something I miss in music nowadays. But on that note, go check out Elvis's music. He has his own channel where all of his stuff is being posted by either his label or other people. You can check that out. Go check out Black Pegasus and Pegasus versus the World. Black Pegasus raps is for his reactions. Pegasus versus the World, his vlogs and all that from his trip to Belgium and other stuff. And don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next one.